y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry if you can hear my car. You are on my dash and not on like a dash tripod, but I wanted to do a grocery haul and meal prep video for you all today. So we are gonna go pick up our Walmart groceries, and then I even have a few things I need to pick up at our local grocery store, so let's go ahead and get into doing that. Here are my groceries. I need to see if I can carry all these up by myself, plus this grocery bag that I have here. But I just saw that they gave me one of these. What? Really confused, y'all. What the heck? Alright, so here's the quick overview of what this bag pretty much is. So this is a bag from Walmart. For their Walmart Plus new members, they will give you a welcome bag of different products and treats and different things for you to try, or medicine. And they even have these little paper certificate coupon looking things just to let you know about some of their other alcoholic products that they offer, just so they can offer you a wider arrangement of products. And basically when you sign up for this service, they will send you this basket. But I did not sign up for this service, nor did I sign up for the free trial. I think I accidentally got someone else's welcome bag, so I feel really bad about that. And basically I went through and there were some cool products in there. I'm not going to haul them for you today just because I think this is probably different in every bag. But just so you know that if you do sign up for the Walmart Plus delivery services, which is a monthly fee or you can pay annually, you basically get a welcome packet when you sign up for the first time. Alright, and basically when I got home, I decided that I needed to clear off the counters and get everything out of the way. So I am putting away the things that I'm not hauling, and I am cleaning the counters and the stove top off just so I can have a clean slate for meal prepping, because if you've ever meal prepped, you know that it can get easily overwhelming and you need as much counter space as possible. Alright, starting over here, I got us some green grapes. Then I picked up just a small thing of salad, some carrots for a recipe and to slice up into salads. We got some russet potatoes. This is a 5-pound bag. Then we picked up some of these turkey sausage sticks. These are really good for snacks, and then this is what they look like. So they're kind of like a thick, a little bit healthier Slim Jim type thing, or beef jerky. A pack of turkey bacon. We have some Chuck Angus pot roast. I'm gonna make a pot roast. Then I have a bell pepper here. Then a container of sour cream for a dip recipe, cream cheese, some mayonnaise because we ran out, some plain yogurt. Then we got the Torani Classic Caramel Syrup. Let me know, do you say caramel or caramel? And then we got some whipped cream. And then this is our way to try and make our coffee dairy-free. We're not completely dairy-free, obviously, but we're trying to make little changes slowly but surely. But this is creamy oat milk, which we love oat milk, and then coconut milk, and it's silk, and I'm just glad it's not almond milk because the water usage for almond milk is crazy. Then we picked up some cinnamon rolls, a big bag of Fiesta blend cheese, some frozen chicken nuggets. The Walmart brand is the best by far. I prefer these over Tyson, over Purdue, over any other brand of frozen chicken nuggets. Then back here I got another box of Garden Rotini pasta. Then Tostino's pizzas. This is the 4-party pack, and these are small individual pizzas. Again, this is kind of like chicken nuggets. This is like if we need comfort food or an easy dinner or something that we're just like, we don't want something healthy today. Then I picked up a can of cashews, some broccoli florets, cauliflower and broccoli. And then last at Walmart, I picked up a thing of salt. And then I did have to go to my local grocery store for these because Walmart does not sell these flavors, or at least my Walmart doesn't sell these flavors, but we picked up 2 good thins. We picked up the Parmesan garlic and the barbecue. These are our favorite flavors, and these were actually on sale at Publix, 2 for $5. Thank you, Publix. Then they had buy one, get one. Publix is the land of BOGO. If you're not in the South and you don't have a Publix, then you don't know, but if you do, you know, land of BOGO. And there was buy one, get one chicken breast, so I got all of this for $9.88. So like $10 for all of this, which is a really great deal. And then Walmart was out of my Bolt House cilantro avocado lime dressing, so I picked this up, and that was everything I got in the grocery haul. Alright, real quick, I just wanted to show you this, but I have a reusable bag. It has a little pocket in it like this, and I was gifted it from my sister-in-law, but she got it from a pet store. So if you ever find grocery bags like this, I highly recommend them because y'all look. It's like stuffing a sock. That's all you have to do. And it takes up like no space. Bam! And you hang this on your front door so you don't forget it when you're walking to your car or you're leaving, or you can just throw it in your purse or put this in your car in the side of the door. Super easy, highly recommend grocery bags like this. I'll even link some that are similar from Amazon down below. I have cleaned out the sink and I'm gonna fill it up with some cold water, but first I have to plug the drain. I'm going to take some white vinegar, about 1 cup, and add it to this fruit wash. And then I actually like to add some ice to the water just to help the produce stay refrigerated. That way it doesn't feel like they're sitting at room temperature for too long. I'll even add in some ice packs just like this.
Never again, hold you tight, call you mine, think about you every time. I remember that it's over.
Now I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and occasionally I might flip over this and the stalks of grapes just so that anything that's floating outside the water can get in the water. All right, and while the fruit is soaking and the veggies are soaking, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my crock pot for the pot roast, and that is because, that is because the pot roast is going to be the item I'm making today that is going to take the longest. So when you are meal prepping, you always are gonna wanna start with the food that's gonna take the longest to cook and or your crock pot meals, because normally crock pot meals will take several hours. The other piece of advice I have when you're doing crock pot meals is to make sure to use a crock pot liner. It's gonna make your life so much easier, especially if you just spent the day meal prepping. The last thing you wanna do is try and hand wash like, I don't know, 6 to 8 pound liner ceramic thing, whatever this thing is called, actual pot within your crock. Anyway, so this is all set up. I'm gonna go ahead and get the roast out of the fridge, and we're gonna start seasoning it so that we can actually hand sear it. I'm going to cut open the pot roast. Here are the seasonings I'm going to use for the pot roast. I'm going to use some garlic powder, some garlic salt, and then this one is completely optional, but we are going to be using some Everglade seasoning. This is actually a Florida seasoning from the Everglades, has a food company from the Florida Everglades, the swamp that we have down south. So you probably won't have this, but if you did want to pick it up, they do have a website right there and you can pick it up at that website. But this is a delicious seasoning. We put it on almost everything, and the bottle itself will even say that you can put it on everything.
Can't stop, yeah.
Once my pan starts heating up, I'm going to take some butter and I'm going to drop it in the pan, and I'm going to let this spread and melt over the bottom. And then once I see that the butter is all melted and is even steaming up a little bit, I'm going to take my chuck and put the seasoned side down. And then I'm going to cook each side of the roast for 5 minutes, and I'm even going to do these side ones because it is such a thick piece of meat. I want to make sure everything gets cooked and seared evenly through the sides. And then I'm turning it after about 5 minutes, and then once it's standing on the sides, I'm going to go ahead and season those while it's in the pan, just because out of the pan it was very difficult to season those. And then I'm even going to rotate the pan here for you just so you can see what it looks like after about 5 minutes of cooking.
I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over.
Alright, and then I basically can continue just searing each side for a few minutes, and then I'll meet you back when I'm done. So that chuck roast was so heavy and big that it broke my tongs, so I need new tongs now. That's fine. Alright, and here is what this looks like after it's been cooked on all sides. Looks great, but I'm going to move on to the produce. I'm basically just rinsing off any vinegar from the outside, and then I'm peeling some carrots because I need to chop up some carrots and potatoes to put in the crock pot with the pot roast. So that's what I'm going to work on next.
With being so broken, girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, love you a little bit more. Love you a little bit more. Love you a little bit more. Love got you out my head.
Now that I got those babies chopped up, ready to go, I have a bowl here and I am going to start creating the mix for my slow cooker instant packet. And I am taking a cup of broth. I have chicken broth here, but normally beef would be preferred. And just so you know, the packet does specify water, but I like to use broth because it adds so much more flavor. So I am adding that in. Then I'm taking this McCormick seasoning for pot roast and I'm just gonna sprinkle that in there and mix it all up.
Time moves fast when I'm with you. Went from lonely to falling in love. Watching it all unfold. Yeah, I'm not scared of commitment. I'm just scared of doing something wrong.
Alright, now that I got the meat and the veggies in there, I'm taking some Worcestershire sauce. This is the key to having the most flavor in a pot roast recipe. I am mixing this straight into this liquid mixture and then I'm going to pour this all over the veggies and the meat, and it's going to feel like it's not enough liquids at first, but it is actually going to be even more of a liquid when you start to cook it because the meat and the potatoes have a moisture in them and they're going to create a steam in the crock pot, and then it's going to drip back down into the broth. And then once you're ready to cook it, you have two options. You can cook it on 6 hours on high, or if you really want to let it marinate in that sauce, I'm cooking mine on 8 hours on low. Alright, next thing we are going to be working on are our egg bites. These are just a really easy breakfast. You can eat them in or even on the go. But one of the things I need to make them is turkey bacon, but since we do use turkey bacon so often for lunches and breakfast, I'm just going to go ahead and make the entire pack so it's already cooked and we can just add it to meals as the week goes on.
In the clouds, and I don't wanna go there. 'Cause baby, I got problems in me. Sometimes it gets hard for me.
Okay, the turkey bacon is done, and next up I'm going to chop up some bell peppers. I'm going to use half of this bell pepper for some snacking, and then I'm using the other half to chop up really nice and small, and we're going to use that in the egg bites.
I'm afraid to show you what's underneath, 'cause I don't wanna let you down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. I don't wanna let you down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. 'Cause baby, I got problems in me.
Moving on, I'm going to take the turkey bacon that is now cooked, and I'm going to go ahead and chop it up into little pieces for the egg bites.
Underneath, 'cause I don't wanna let you down. Got a lot of demons up in my brain. Got a lot of bad thoughts giving me pain. I'm afraid to show you what's underneath, 'cause I don't wanna let you down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down, down, down. Let you down, let you down, let you down.
Every time we finish cooking our turkey bacon, we take the extra and we put it in one of these reusable Ziploc bags. I will link the same or similar product down in the description box for your ease. Next thing we're going to work on is we are going to boil some water, and I'm going to add just a titch of salt in there. I don't know if salt actually matters for what we're doing, so we're just boiling some eggs to make deviled eggs, but I do it anyways because it feels right, you know? Once this starts boiling, we are going to grab 6 eggs and boil them so that we can make 12 deviled eggs, and these are going to be a really awesome snack. So the water's getting close to boiling. It's got some bubbles up on the top there, and something I do whenever I need to boil eggs is I take a pasta spoon just like this one, and then I place the egg in there and then slowly drop it into the water. That way I don't have to drop it into the water, it crack, and then it'll get all that white egg white cooked on the top. So that's how I avoid that.
Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. As my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack, just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving.
All Alright, the next thing we're gonna make is some overnight oats in these containers. I'm only making 2 for right now, 1 for me, 1 for Chance. However, if you are gonna make these, I recommend not putting any of your wet ingredients in until the night of, so make sure you just go ahead and prep your dry ingredients. I'm doing a 1/4 cup of oats. Sometimes we do 1/2 cup, but because we're making another thing for breakfast, we figured this would pair well with that, and then that way we're not making too much because these can be very filling. Then we have some chia seeds here. You can also add almonds or cashews or granola at this time too if you wanted. However, I'm going to wait till the morning of to add in my cashews because I want those to be super crunchy with my granola so I can have the soft and crunchy texture difference. Now we're gonna add in our liquid of choice. We're using oat milk, but you can use coconut milk, almond milk, regular milk, whichever you prefer. And then we're also just gonna take some plain yogurt and go ahead and do probably 1 or 2 spoonfuls of this in each container. And then before I add some other stuff like fruit or sweeteners, I like to go ahead and mix all of this just so it's evenly mixed through, especially with the yogurt being a little chunkier. All right, and then we're gonna take the Wyman's banana berry mix. This is blueberries, strawberries, and bananas. This is frozen fruit, and we're just gonna put some of this into these. Alright, and the last thing we're gonna add to these is some honey. We're just gonna drizzle that right on top. And then in the morning, like I said, we are just going to take some granola and some sliced cashews, or not sliced cashews, crushed cashews, and that'll be part of our breakfast. Alright, and now we're gonna work on cooking up some chicken for our salads. We're gonna use the salt-free Southwest Chipotle from the Good and Gather at Target. And then we're gonna use some more of this Everglade seasoning that I talked to you about earlier. And again, if you wanna get some, this is the website to do so. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take some salt and pepper, then some oat milk, and then we're gonna whisk this until homogenized.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah.
I have 2 ways to do this part. Sometimes I will put the hash browns down at the bottom, let that cook in the oven for a couple minutes, kind of create a crust at the bottom, and then I'll add the eggs. But if I have a little bit less time or I'm getting a little tired, I will just take the uncooked hash browns and then pour the egg mixture right on top, which is what you'll see I did today. And I fill this about halfway, no, correction, I fill this about 3/4 or 2/3 of the way, just because they do get pretty fluffy, especially once you add the milk. And then I'm adding my peppers in there, and then my turkey bacon, and then last but not least, I top it with cheese. And I just feel like no matter how much cheese I put in here, it's never enough because there's no such thing as too much cheese. Then pop these bad boys in the oven at 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how fast your oven cooks. And now I'm going to move these to a plate to let them cool off, and once they're cooled, I'll put them into my Tupperware. But since my Tupperware is plastic, I didn't want them to melt, so this step might be optional for you. So now you will watch me fail at peeling an egg. These eggs were so hard to peel. I was literally destroying these bad boys. Like, I felt bad. They deserved better than this. They really did. But I later found out once we got them all peeled and cut that I accidentally turned them into soft-boiled eggs. I don't know how I confused my time. I should have just kept them on there longer because I really wanted to make some deviled eggs, but that wasn't a problem. We love soft-boiled eggs. They're a great snack. They're great in ramen. They're delicious. You can put them on toast, so not a problem, just a change of plans. I struggled with this for a little bit, and then I finally got all 6 of them done and cut them in half. And then you can even see in this next clip that they're nice and soft. They're cooked in the yolk a little bit, but they still have just enough to be a little runny. Moving back back over to the stove, my amazing husband went ahead and pan-seared some chicken. So he just put the stove on medium-high, added some non-stick spray, and then the chicken, and then the side that's not seasoned is up, and he just went ahead and added some seasonings there. We did run out of the Chipotle Southwest seasoning, which is like the red seasoning you see us putting on right now. So this last chicken didn't get any, and then the second chicken got very little of it. So it is what it is, but these were still delicious and they still came out really good. Alright, and the last thing I really need to prep is this dip. You're going to need some sour cream, some soup onion mix, a container, a spatula, preferably these bendy kinds, and we're going to start by emptying the sour cream into our container, taking the soup package, putting it on top, and then stirring it. And then basically in the soup package there's some dehydrated onions, so don't eat this right away. You're going to want it to sit in the refrigerator for a couple hours to go ahead and rehydrate those onions and to let the flavor kind of disperse the most. And then this can be with veggies, chips, crackers, whatever you want. Honestly, you can eat it alone if you really like the taste of sour cream. And then this is the final look at what the chicken looked like. But that is it for meal prepping. Alright, and that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you liked today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite recipe was of today's video. And if you want to see me more than just twice a week, make sure to go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram. I will pop that right up there in the corner for you all so you can check me out there. And one last thing from you all, if you've gotten this far, make sure to subscribe down below for more content just like this one. And with all that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!